Namaste, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm the guest host for this episode. I'm Aishwarya working as Senior Software Analyst in a private firm, Bangalore. In the dynamic and rapidly evolving world of technology, AC motors stands as a cornerstone of modern engineering and innovation. Alternating current motors, AC motors, have transcended their traditional role to become integral components powering a wide array of devices, machinery, and systems that define our modern way of life. From our home to industries, from transportation to renewable energy solutions, AC motor plays a pivotal role in enabling efficient, reliable, and sustainable operations. With that view, I would like to introduce Mr. Prabhakar, sir.
Thank you.
A distinguished motor expert and esteemed engineer whose roots trace back to the city of Bangalore. He is born to the proud parents T.G.Krishna Murthy and K. Rajamma. He proudly hails from National College Basavanagudi and holds a degree in engineering from the prestigious BMS College of Engineering. He was consultant at UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development Organization. He has developed motors offering 6,000 kilowatt vertical motors for nuclear power corporation. He has received many awards, namely SIATI Award in 2017, which is from Society of Indian Aerospace Technology and Industries, for developing a 425 degrees Celsius 15 bar pressure withstanding AC induction motor for autoclave. And this was developed for first time in India. Join me in extending a warm welcome to this remarkable individual whose expertise has left an indelible mark in the world of motors and engineering, making him an industrial luminary of exceptional caliber.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we are delighted to have you here as part of this enlightening interview series. Our journey in the world of AC motors is truly remarkable. Could you please start by telling us your early days? How was your school life, college life? How was your childhood? What your parents were doing?
Yeah, as you have already introduced, I was born in Bangalore, Vanivilas Hospital, in 1945. I was born on All Fools Day, 1st of April. Probably our parents fooled everybody, saying that I got a male child, and nobody believed. Then it was proved that it was All Fools Day, but it was true that I was born. Then my school days went with national primary school, middle school, high school, everything, right from 1949. 1949, then onwards, primary 3 years, 4 years middle, then 3 years high school. Then I passed out in 1959 my SSLC. That was a mark completed. Then I did pre-university in National College, one of the great college where Dr. H. Narasimhaya was the principal, and we had wonderful teachers, fantastic teachers who were teaching us all basics in a very easy way. Mr. BMS, KM, they were for mathematics. Then in physics, even HN taught us. And then chemistry was STC Taramaya and Deshkachar. They were fantastic. And that gave us a lot of information about how to view the life and how we should really concentrate on the science in life. Then I joined BMS College in 1960, and up to 65 The wonderful teachers we had in engineering college, and I completed in 1965. This is my curriculum area.
Sir, have you had the chance to revisit your alma mater? Like, could you please take us through your experience in BMS College of Engineering? So, like, being all of us, and like for the new engineering students, no, like where you have done your engineering in 1960s. So, how was engineering on those days?
See, those days engineering, there were only 3 branches: civil, mechanical and electrical. And we had to study all the 3 branches up to the 3rd year. First integrated, second integrated and third integrated. We used to study all the 3 engineering. Then the last 2 years we used to choose a particular branch. So I chose mechanical engineering, which was very, very popular in those days. I didn't demand. Then I completed in 1965. The last year we had to select an elective, a specialized subject. I selected foundry and refrigeration air conditioning. And foundry came very helpful in my later part of the work when I was working.
Okay, sir, that's great. Okay, sir, can you please provide some information about the Kaveri River water pump? I've heard that it holds an interesting part for the youth of this generation, like who haven't experienced Bangalore in 1990s.
Yeah, see, after my engineering at the age of 20, I immediately joined NGEF Limited. NGEF Limited was a collaboration with AEG of West Germany, and nearly about 40 Germans were there in the company, training all employees. I was one of the employees who joined on the 23rd of August 1965. Immediately after I joined, because of my foundry knowledge, they chose me for the motor manufacturing factory, where they wanted a lot of these patterns to be developed, castings to be made, and then motors to be made. We made the first motor in 1965, and then it was displayed in the factory when it got completed. Then slowly, step by step, it was increased. And I had a boss called Mr. Bayerle, Helmut Bayerle from Germany. He taught me everything in designs, because I was taken in the design department. Because it was a design department, I had an opportunity to view the motor from an eagle's eye view. From all angles I could see how an AC motor works, how it is designed, what are the important parameters and everything. And when we make the drawings, those days it was on a drawing board. Then we had to do Indian ink, take prints, etc. Not like computers and software these days. We had to take some extra time to do all those things, because it was not very fast. It was a design was taking almost 1 month to complete, which we do it in about 2 hours today. That's the difference. But it gave us a lot of insight and how to make the drawings and how to develop it further. And just to give an example, my boss was so strict. When I complete the drawing and give it, he used to reject it. I was asking, what is the mistake in this drawing? He used to say, you have not put the central line on the sheet. That's why. That is used for punching. When you push, you have to find the center for the A4 size sheet. But if the line is there, you can put it exactly in the center and punch it, then all can be filed very easily. That is the level a German was thinking and teaching. That's how we came up.
Perfection at its best.
Perfection at its best.
Okay. So how was the selection process for NGF? Like, not only NGF, at that time in the government organizations and all, how was the selection process?
No, selection was mainly by Germans.
Okay.
So there was no bureaucracy, nothing. And they used to select only on merit. So we were interviewed at 3 places. 3 Germans selected and then took us for this one.
Okay. And that the experience in NGEF shaped your career. Am I right, sir?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We have learnt a lot in NGEF. So I have designed motors right from 0.18 kilowatt up to 6,000 kilowatt, both in 415 volts and up to 6.6 kV. You had asked about this Bangalore water supply scheme. This water supply scheme, we brought water from a distance of 80 kilometers from Torekadhalli, Tikehalli up to Bangalore. It was at 3 stages. We had pumping stations at Torekadhalli, then Harohalli, and then Tatgoni. From there it came to Bangalore. I had designed a 630 kilowatt motor, 5 numbers in each station, pumping water, because Bangalore required a huge volume of water, and we had built up in between a lot of storage space for water tanks. From there everything came to Bangalore, and it was something like achieving a great thing in life once the water came to Bangalore.
Yeah. Wow, great work, sir. So what motivated you into delve into AC motors and blowers design? Like, if you could say in a few words. Like, if you could say that in few words, I know that that motivation should be a bigger thing.
See, you are talking about motivation. Motivation is just not money. Money cannot motivate anybody. It is the will for doing something. See, you are talking about motivation. Motivation is just not money. Money cannot motivate anybody. It is the will for doing something. So, the external motivation is the opportunity given to the person to do it. If my boss says, oh, don't do it, you are useless, then I am demotivated. But if he says, okay, even if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter, you make an attempt, try to do it, that is the motivation. We never weighed everything with money. We weighed everything with acquiring knowledge. So I always say, even today to others, that don't be after money. Money should be after you.
Great.
You should learn. If you are learning, if you have knowledge, the people will pick you and you will be in demand. I will give a small point on at this juncture. You see, I have given a number of lectures, over 1,000 lectures on human resources development, and also on the management of time. So in that, I used to ask my people a question in AGF. Why are you working in AGF? Everybody was telling me that to make a living, I have to eat, I have to maintain the family. Then I said, no, you are not doing it for that. Then they said, why? I said, you are working here to learn every day something new, so that you are sellable. What happens if AGF is closed? You can't make a living because AGF is closed. What will you do? If you don't work, if you don't learn, then nobody will take you. Then you have got to be in footpath. So I used to tell them, please work so that you are sellable. You improve your knowledge every day, and then only you will be sellable and people will pick you.
Yeah.
And you will not be worried. This is how I used to motivate my people.
Great, sir. So your motivation is from the inner sense of you and find the motivation around you.
Yeah.
Great, sir. Great. So who were the individuals that played a pivotal role in guiding and motivating you during the initial stages of your career? Like if there are some people in particular to mention.
Yes, I will give full marks to Mr. Helmut Bayerle, who is still in touch with me, and he is in Hechingen, West Germany. He is about 96 years old now. Even now we have contact. Whenever I go to Germany, I will stay in their house. That is our relationship. He is the person who used to guide me and motivate me. He used to tell one sentence: the only man who never makes a mistake is the man who never does anything. If you don't do any job, then you don't make any mistakes. Mistakes do happen, but don't get bogged down with that. Go ahead. You just pass the phase, move ahead. This is how he was teaching me, and he is the motivator. And in college, one A.V. Subbarao, he was the motivator. He used to encourage me in solving the problems of heat engines. It's really fantastic. Anytime, even at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the night, if I go to him, he used to teach me.
So he was your friend, sir?
No, he was my teacher.
Teacher, okay.
A.V. Subbarao was my teacher.
Okay. Great. Okay, so many individuals tend to explore opportunities outside of India, like considering the advantages and various aspects which is available over there. So have you ever had a chance or considered yourself settling abroad or like pursuing your career over there?
In fact, Mr. Bayerle, he had liked me so much, and he got me a job in 1969 in Germany, in Tübingen. It was a job paying around 800 marks in those days, which was a huge money, and I was tempted to go there, but NGEF said, instead of going and settling there, we will send you to Germany at every opportunity. To keep going and coming, you learn the job. Money, you yourself say it is secondary, so don't bother about money, we will send you. So immediately I was sent to Germany, and I stayed in Berlin for a very long time, and there I learned quite a lot on the sleeve bearings and other bearing systems. Then I came back and developed many new type of motors in AGF. Then later on I went at least 7 to 8 times to Germany for various projects. So I never thought that I should go and settle there, because I should serve my country first. I am more interested in serving my country rather than developing some other country.
It's a great message for the youth here, because who always look for going abroad and settling over there. Like, yeah, our priority should be developing our own country.
So I never thought that I should go and settle there, because I should serve my country first. I am more interested in serving my country rather than developing some other country.
Sir, I understand that during your tenure at NG here, you held the position of General Manager. Could you share how this experience, which encompassed both design and managerial roles, has influenced your skill set? Because it's often observed that people who are in the managerial positions, they tend to shift from this design aspects, design related works. Yet you have managed your design expertise. Could you elaborate on this unique balance and its impact on your career?
Yeah, basically I was a designer, because I was in the design department from 1965 to 1989. Then what happened was, I had an opportunity to learn everything, all varieties of design, all sizes of the motor, and I had a contact with customers also, because whenever customer comes to the factory, he used to meet me as a designer and ask some questions and then check. So that gave me insight and connection with the customers also. Then after 89, I was shifted to marketing. So I was the Deputy General Manager Marketing for quite some time. Then later I worked in Exports Department. Then I came to management. I was the General Manager Marketing for all products like transformers, motors, switchgears, everything. At that time, it was a fabulous connection with the customers, traveling to various places and also the other countries. Then I learned one thing: as a marketing man, what one should learn is what to talk, how much to talk, and when to stop. Because you should be having an idea of watching the other man's face, whether he is listening or he is yawning. If he is listening, then you can talk a little more. If you find at any point of time that what you are talking is not interesting, we should stop. This is what I learned. This came very well when I was the general manager of the entire factory also. Then what happened was, I was able to balance these things. That is, I should not keep on talking. I should first listen what the other man wants. Finally, I should only give my decision or my observation. If I start talking in the beginning itself, the other man who has come to talk to me gets agitated. So first thing is, we kill the agitation by listening. So that is one thing which I learned, to listen to the people carefully till the last moment, and then we give our opinion and never impose anything. We give the options to the people. This is how it is, this is how it is. What do you take? Then he will be forced to take one of them. If I don't give options, he will force his view only. So thereby I can convert him from his view to my views. This is exactly what I learned.
That was great tips. Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, interestingly, I am also, I have little fondness in mathematics, solving physics problems, So what was the typical life of engineering during that era? Like a time before the advent of computers, internet. I've heard that engineers relied on manual calculations rooted in fundamental physics and mathematics, often to avoid this software-based computations. Could you share your insights on this approach and how it shaped your engineering practices?
See, this is very true that we learned everything from basics. We can form the formulae ourselves. Whereas in software, everything is ready. You give input, you get output. But in between, if there is some problem, you cannot solve that problem. You cannot solve the required, get the required result. So we were calculating most of the things mentally. Even today, most of the small arithmetical problems we do mentally. We don't take the calculator. For example, squares, cubes is by heart for quite a number of levels. This made us learn our engineering mathematics properly, step by step, and I used it even in the calculation of the shafts, calculation of the bearing systems and all that by hand calculation, and using only earlier slide rule. Later on we started using the calculator, but never a computer, because computer came after 90s, and I saw a computer first time in my life in 1972 in Germany. Then it was card punching and all that. Later on in NGF we saw computer only from 90 onwards. There we had no access. We had to go to a department, give our problems, and they will solve all the problems and then give it to us. But okay, after 95 or so, we had our own computers and all that. Then we learned. At that age also we learned. And today I can say that I am reasonably conversant with computers, but I cannot do any software. I am not a software engineer. I am hard working engineer.
Great. Sir, how did you come in touch with the Dawlatram Engineering Services after MGF? What are the developments done over there, sir? And can you say our viewers about Dawlatram Engineering?
See, we were supplying a dynamic brake resistance motors, 3000 RPM, 30 kilowatt, from NGF to Dawlatram Engineering Services. They were our customers. right from 90s. I first developed a very big 30 kilowatt motor for Dawlatram Engineering Services, and they were very happy because it worked very well in the Indian Railways. Then we supplied hundreds of motors to them, and it was a regular order. When I was in the marketing, I used to go to them and get huge orders from them and produce. Somewhere around 2000 or 2001, we found that NGF may not survive for so many reasons, maybe including some political reasons and all that. The company was getting closed. 2003 or 2002 end, they closed the factory. And our Dawlatram Engineering Company, they had no other supplier who had developed such type of motors. Then one Mr. C.P. Sharma, who was the owner of that Dawlatram Engineering Company, he came and asked me, could you suggest any other suppliers who can make these motors? And otherwise our company will have to be closed. Then I told him that why not we make it ourselves, these motors. He immediately agreed. He is a great visionary. You know, you cannot find a person like him anywhere. Very big in heart and a visionary. He had a 5-acre land. Then I went to Bhopal just after my superannuation, and I made a small plan. In about 2000 square foot building, we started a factory to manufacture these motors which were required. Initially it was a big task and lot of hard work and all, and we did it. We made the first motor there. Then he was excited and he said, no, then we should make other motors also. Then one by one, every motor required for diesel application in Indian Railways, we developed. We developed over 25-30 varieties of motors, like dustbin blower motor. And radiator cooling fan motor was the first we developed in India. It was manufactured only in US by EFD. We developed it first and then supplied those motors at 18 lakhs per motor. We sold the same thing for 3 lakhs to Indian Railways. That is indigenization. That is the way one can help the country. Instead of helping some other country, we can help our own country. And in that, the vision of Mr. C.P. Sharma was fantastic. Then slowly we developed various motors. Then we developed traction alternators, which is 2000 kVA. Very big one. It supplies the power to the 4500 HP loco. So that's how it was. Then we developed so many things in this one. Of course, nowadays it's all electric. So we have also made AC motors there. It's also working very well. It's all approved.
Oh, so many great achievements, sir.
Yeah, all thanks to C.P. Sharma, who was the motivator.
Yes. Sir, what is the current state of management at Dawlatram, and what do you foresee as a future opportunities for Dawlatram in the manufacturing industry?
See, Dawlatram Engineering Services is a fantastic company who always want to divert and manufacture so many new things. Nowadays, it's manufacturing even electric buses and air conditioners for locomotives. So, Mr. C.P. Sharma's son, Mr. Pulkit Sharma, he is a US educated person, and he is very dynamic, and with his active part, She has been manufacturing a lot of motors which are exported to US. And it's a prime company in Bhopal, and lot of opportunities there for people who are interested in hard work. It's not a company for people who are lazy. No. People who are hardworking can definitely come up there.
Nice. The rapid fire round now, so where you have to choose one out of the two options, and also we are looking forward for your thoughts on that, what you select to. So the first one is Tesla or Edison?
I prefer Tesla.
Okay, any
No, it's just they have achieved better.
okay, NGF for being consultant?
AGF, because I learned everything in AGF and used it as a consultant.
Okay, AC motors or blowers?
AC motors, because it's basically a motor which drives the blower. Blower cannot run on its own.
Okay, and mechanical or electromechanical?
Electromechanical, because there your scope will enlarge much more.
Being more too personal, engineer or family man?
Family man.
Great.
If you are a good family man, you will be a good engineer.
That's
Not
sweet.
otherwise.
Okay. Coming to the current situation, petrol or diesel vehicle or electric vehicles?
Electric vehicles, naturally, because fossil fuels cannot last long.
True. Sir, hardbound big books or Wikipedia? I see many books in your home.
I am basically a bookworm, especially a technical books, which I used to study. But Google is just unthinkable. You get everything and everything. And hats off to the person who has created that.
Great. So we are moving to the next segment now. For your consultant role. So after your tenure with NGEF, you transitioned to working as a consultant. What prompted this change and what insights have you gained from this role?
See, instead of calling as consultant, I would say after NGEF, I was still young at the age of 58 and with so much of knowledge should be shared. So, when we have to share the knowledge, we have to become a consultant and keep on giving our knowledge to others so that they use it. So, I prefer to be a consultant, but I never worked as a consultant with Daulatram. I am part and parcel of Daulatram. And I will be a part and parcel till my last breath.
So what made you to be so keen on sharing your knowledge?
See, sharing our knowledge, I consider is very, very important. Because, let me tell you, what happens when I die? They just burn my body along with my knowledge. If I don't share my knowledge, the knowledge is all burnt. So we must share our knowledge so that others use it and develop it further. If Sir Isaac Newton had not told the apple fell because of the gravity, maybe after so many years somebody else would have found out. But today his name is in everybody's tongue. Otherwise, people will not remember that such a thing people said, and we can develop it further. So I believe that we must share our knowledge. Whether it is for money or free, it's different. It is individual choice, but it should be shared.
Great vision, sir. Sir, as we wrap up, your journey is truly, truly inspiring. Looking back, what advice would you give to aspiring engineers, and what reflections do you have on your incredible career?
See, I used to tell everyone whom I meet, but don't do everything for money. Money is the last thing you have to look into. You must first do the job properly, perfectly. Then, if people are satisfied, they will give you more money than what you require, or maybe what you deserve. And somebody had wrote a beautiful small poem in Kannada. If somebody can understand, or I can also translate it into English, is Pacha Pitambara Kodovata Nano Keladiri Tavala Baksha Bojjadigalannu Kodovata Nano Keladiri Avala. That means the God is ready to give you beautiful clothes, everything. But if you ask him only give me a towel, he will give towel and go away. And he is ready to give you wonderful food. But you ask some pounded rice, avalakki, he will give that and go away. So never ask anything. What you deserve, God gives, He knows, He gives. So I don't generally ask anything anybody.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, sir. So your experience is truly inspiring for us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Guest host, I am truly honored to interact with sir, and I would like to thank IIPH Lab for inviting me for this session. IIPH Lab embraces the potential of sharing knowledge as it propels us towards the journey of progress. As we bid farewell for now, always remember that each exchange of wisdom marks a stride towards a more promising future. I extend heartfelt gratitude to the dedicated team at IIPH Labs for making this endeavor possible. This is Aishwarya Balakrishnan, honored to host this event, and I'm delighted to observe the valuable insights shared by Mr. Prabhakar, sir. Lastly, instill in children the art of learning from nature as it nurtures their curiosity. For engineering students, prioritize the technology that aligns with sustainability principles, pollution-free and renewable energy solutions. Let's unite to safeguard our precious Mother Earth.